cutie pies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. Today is Tuesday, August the 23rd, 2022. Let's jump right into this on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it an 8. You know what? Days is I think the time I've been reviewing this, like actually reviewing it, they might have had one episode where I was like, ugh. But they're always solid to me. All right, let's get into it. So we see Gabby and Lee, and she is still thinking about what Rolf said, and she was like, he said I would be thanking him, and he also said like I underestimate his abilities and all that. And so Lee trying to throw Gabby off the pass. He was like, you can't take anything he says seriously or whatever. He's just he wants to be a mad scientist or whatever. Well, anyway, he throw her off. So then we see Gabby, excuse me, that's all with them. Then we see Ava and EJ. So Ava just calling EJ bluff. She said, I don't care about nothing you talking about or whatever. You're not gonna get rid of me. And then EJ trying to tell Ava that you are trying to seduce Johnny. I said, no, baby, Johnny is gonna be trying to seduce Ava. The way he went back up in there for that robe, remember when Ava had dropped that robe and the way he went back up in there? No, it is the other way around, sir. You need to check your son. Don't check Ava or whatever. And I said, look at Ava and EJ trying to have some chemistry. There are some people on the soaps that they just know how to have chemistry with their co-stars. You know what I mean? And then there are other people who is just like, who do you mean? Who do you mean? You know what I'm. Anyways, let's move on. So, anyways, Ava said, "Now you know I don't want that boy." And he said, and Ava ended up slapping EJ because she was like, "You're not finna tell me that I'm going after Johnny when my husband just died." I said, "Ava, do you really think he was married?" That's the way she be saying it. I was like, Ava, do you really think you was married? But anyway, so Ava calls Gabby on the phone and she said, bring your butt over here. And Gabby said, Ava, I can't come over right now. And Ava said, no, I've been going at it with EJ all day. You need to bring yourself over here right now. You coming over for dinner. So then Gabby's like, okay, fine. And so Shannon is still on this whole thing going, you don't have to do nothing for Ava because the share, you don't have to give her a job because Ava was talking about a job and everything. And Gabby was like, yes, I do. I want those shares. Yes, Gabby does, because if Kristen gets Jake's shares, cool. Because Gabby can stay in her position. But if EJ finds out they're lying and gets that man's shares, this is a whole mess or whatever. But anyways, let's move on, because then we see Gabby makes it over there to the Mirror Mansion, and baby, Ava is breaking heirloom china. She got the finest, most expensive bottle, taking it to the head, and EJ he looking at her like, I can't stand you. But I said, is there chemistry? And so then Gabby comes in, right? And Ava told EJ, this is the mirror business. Since you don't hold a position there, you can go. I said, oh, what? And EJ said, I know you're not trying to dismiss me in my own house. And she said, it's the family month. And I've been saying that too. Why y'all giving EJ all this power? Like he just run. Does EJ hold the deed to the DeMera mansion? Like, no, I'm asking for real. Because why are they giving him all this power? Because telling Chad you gotta go, and then Tony, Kristen can't stay. I said, fill the house up. I miss the soaps when all these different people were living in the house. Fill the house up again. I love it. But anyways, Ava dismissed EJ, and she said, Gabby and I have business, and he said, you too bitter. You two bitter women. And they said, well, we both are the marrow women, so it is what it is. So then Ava and Gabby talking, she said, I did not expect that to go that way. And she said, but I saw the chemistry between you two. And Ava said, girl, no, you didn't see no chemistry between me and EJ. And she said, yeah, that's how she said, there's a thin line between love and hate. She said it started out with hate for me and Stefan, and then she get deep into her thoughts, and Ava's like, Gabby, are you hearing me? But Gabby was thinking about Stefan, and I said, girl, stop being with EJ. Like, stop being with EJ when your heart is not with that man. Like, your heart is still with Stefan. So just just chill out and be like be in your memories until you're truly ready to move on. But at this point, she has made it very clear that she doesn't want to move on. I don't think she wants to move on from Stefan. She wants to just live. Like, I remember when I was younger, my grandmother's best friend, you know how you did, like, are you gonna get married again with her husband? Because she got, widowed relatively younger, um not like 20s or anything, but it was young, you 50s, 60s, you're still young. And she said no, that was it, that was it for her or whatever. So like sometimes that's just what it is. They don't want to go and be in another relationship or marriage. And I feel like that's what Gabby is. She's really with Shin more for companionship, not for love. Does that make sense? I don't know. You tell me what you think. But anyways, she tells Gabby, you know, she says that Stefan was, had a thin line between love and hate, and she sees that with her and EJ, and Ava says, Gabby, mm-mm. So then we see Stefan is awake and Rolf is there, and baby, Stefan is fighting Rolf. I said, Rolf, you can't control this heartbreak, like, cause he's had, transplant. He's weak and stuff. You can't control him. Like, Rolf, inject him with something. Rolf said, I can't. And then Rolf messed around and said, he told him, you've been dead for years. He caught him up to date and he said, your wife. And so I said, well, Rolf, everything you saying ain't what you supposed to be saying. You reminding him about Gabby and whatever. But anyways, he tells Rolf, you work for me, not the other way around. So don't you tell me what I need to do. I need to find my wife. That's what I need to do. And he couldn't believe he had been gone for 4 years. But anyways, Rolf sends Lee a message, SOS, 3 times, because he's like, you need to get over here. So then we see Marlena and John. So they having date night, right? So he got her some pretty pink roses, I believe, and everything. And Paulina gonna say, am I interrupting? Well, let me just be quick. I said, Paulina, but she tried to convince them to tell Gabe to run for governor. And they said, Paulina, maybe he just wants to be with you and here, and he's happy, he's content. But Paulina wants more. And so Marlena tells Paulina, because like they talk, and she tells Paulina, like, just chill out, just talk to Gabe, chill out, and be happy, and y'all get to come to an understanding. Now, the reason Marlena and Paulina were alone, let me guide you to that point. So it was Kayla, Steve, and Stephanie. Stephanie is like, I'm a grown woman. I'm not a child. I don't need you to treat me like a child. You're not going to my meeting. You can stop. Because, baby, Steve was oiling up his gun. And she said, no, you're not coming to this meeting with me. This is business. This is my business. Mind your business. And so that's that. And so Steve is like, well, I'm going to go take a walk. And so Stephanie is talking to Kayla, and she's like, I need him to trust me as I'm a young woman now. I'm not a child. And Stephanie was like, but with Orpheus, he does have distrust because, and children, she ain't go through it. So she don't remember sometimes they don't remember everything that their parents went through or whatever. So then, while Paulina and all them when they had all got together with Paulina and John and Marlena, Steve comes and he takes John away. So that's why Marlena and Paulina were together alone. And he tells John, well, they really don't show us what he's telling, but he just like, I need your help. Orpheus is targeting my daughter. And so that's all we know he said. And then Paulina has left, and it's just John, Marlena, and Steve. And they like, come on, let's go to the house and we'll have dinner there. And Marlena was like, did you even tell Kayla? He said, I'm gonna text on the way. So they get to the house and they're so happy to see Stephanie and everything. And then Stephanie says, all right, I gotta go to work. Or whatever. And they're like, okay. So Stephanie leaves, and then Steve says, let's go, partner. And Steve and John leave too, which we already knew that was from Follow That Girl. And Kayla and Marlena was like, Steve, Kayla is just like, Steve, don't do this. But Steve is gone. Like, you just talking to the brick wall. And Marlena said, honestly, when it comes to Orpheus, he needs to do this. So then we see that Stephanie goes in, and her client scares her because the room is dark and she hears rustling and they're not saying anything. So Steve comes in and she get down there. She was scared. You was glad your daddy was there. And Steve comes in, and John puts his arm around, attacks the client or whatever, and he says, "Put the light on, partner." Baby, why is the client Paulina? Paulina, what are you doing? That was trying to handle some business. What are you doing? Baby, she ain't doing nothing but going behind Abe's back or whatever. But while they doing this, Orpheus done came to Kayla's place where Marlena's there. I said, Orpheus, so you really just got out of prison to start trouble. For real, for real. So then we see Lee goes over to Rolf and he says, where is Stefan? And Rolf says, Stefan or Demira has left the building. I said, Lord, Rolf, you couldn't hold the man down. Now, Stefan him made it to the front of the mansion and he arrested and stuff because he's tired. And then he like, oh, I can't wait to see Gabby. So he tries to open the door, it's locked. So he rings the doorbell. I said, well, they're gonna catch you, Stefan, because you arrested and did all that. They're gonna catch you. All right, y'all. That was Days of Our Lives today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for a new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, the Days of Our Lives edition. Goodbye. Thank you.